non-alignment. In the period of the Cold War, while the world was becoming bipolar, there were some countries which did not want to join the superpower rivalry. मीन्स इन सुपर पावर कॉम्पिटिशन में जो कंट्री ज्वाइन नहीं होना चाहते, दे फॉर्म्ड नॉन अलाइन्ड मूवमेंट. So such nation decided to stay out of the Cold War rivalry, this competition between the Soviet Union and America. Their policy is known as non-alignment. Means the policy which they adopted, the countries which don't want to join either with the either with the America or with the Soviet Union, their policy is known as non-alignment. And this non-alignment movement started in 1961. So the leaders of this movement were Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, President of Yugoslavia Marshal Tito, President of Egypt Gamal Abdel Nasser, President of Indonesia Dr. Sukarno, and Prime Minister of Ghana Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. These were the leaders of non-aligned movement. And the non-alignment movement has opposed colonialism and imperialism and racism. ये सभी चीज़ों के अगेंस्ट में थे non-alignment movement, because they faced these problems in their life. These countries faced these all problems. Okay. And it has encouraged the resolution of international dispute by peaceful means. Their aim is that they wanted to solve all kind of problems happening between the countries. It should solve all the dispute should solve in peaceful means, in a peaceful way. That is their aim. And now the Cold War came to end. And after the end of the Cold War, the importance of the movement was not reduced. अभी भी जो non-aligned movement की importance अभी भी है. The non-aligned movement is based on eternal principle of humanism, global peace and equality. So these are the principles of non-aligned movement. First one is humanism, second global peace, third equality. Humanism means मानविकता, मीन्स सभी को एक्सेप्ट करने का, एंड ग्लोबल पीस एंड इक्वालिटी को, these were the three were the principle of non-alignment movement. It has inspired the less developed countries came together. By this non-alignment movement, the less developed country, undeveloped countries, वो एक साथ हो गया. You know that Asian countries and African countries, they are not developed countries. Like Europe and America, they were rich countries, developed countries. So ये अनडेवलप्ड या लेस डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज एक साथ होने का एक रीज़न है, एक साथ होने का एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला थ्रू दिस non-alignment movement. It has encouraged the resolution of the international dispute by peaceful means, while taking a firm stand of disarmament, hosting human rights. The non-aligned movement put forth the problem of poor, undeveloped countries firmly. Means this non-aligned movement stand for the disarmament, आर्मामेंट कलेक्शन, जो वेपन्स ज़्यादा बनाते कलेक्शन करते इसके अगेंस्ट में था. एंड दे सपोर्टेड द दे लिफ्टेड द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ द ह्यूमन राइट्स, एंड दे पुट फॉर द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ पुअर पीपल की प्रॉब्लम आगे लेके आना, या ह्यूमन राइट्स को इम्पोर्टेंस देना, ये सब था उनका एम. दिस मूवमेंट मेड ए डिमांड ऑफ न्यू इंटरनेशनल इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर. This non-alignment movement demanded new international economic order to help the poor and needy people of the world. Summarizing briefly, the significance of non-aligned movement has not reduced even if the Cold War is over. It inspired the less developed countries to come together. Already we discussed these all things. Means in briefly we can say that this movement has the importance of this movement has not reduced even now, and this inspired the less developed countries to came together, and it brought several new streams of economic and social changes into international politics. Our next topic is end of the Cold War. The Cold War that had dominated international politics since 1945 came to an end. It was an important event that happened towards the end of the last century. We know that in 20th century one important event say Cold War came to an end. It started in 1945, but in 1991 it came to end, and many reasons are there for the end of the Cold War. First one is that we know that Soviet Union is a socialist country. The state has more control on economy, so the state loosened its control of the economy. That was the first reason for the end of the Cold War. Second reason is that the president of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, he implemented the policy. That policy is known as perestroika. Perestroika means restructuring. And glasnost. Glasnost means openness. Meaning is written here. So the Mikhail Gorbachev implemented two new policies. One is that perestroika means restructuring, and the second is openness, glasnost. So perestroika means the policy of restructuring the economic and political system. Actually this restructuring, perestroika, proposed by the Lenin, and it is this idea promoted by this president Mikhail Gorbachev. So restructuring the economical and political system, वो system change किया, ये एक कोल्ड वार एंड होने की एक रीज़न है. एंड द अनदर दैट ग्लासनोस्ट. ग्लासनोस्ट मीन्स ओपननेस या ट्रांसपेरेंसी इन गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशन. ड्यू टू दिस पॉलिसीज द कंट्रोल ओवर द मीडिया रिड्यूस्ड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ट्रांसपेरेंसी. ट्रांसपेरेंसी जब गवर्नमेंट में चाहिए तो मीडिया के कंट्रोल में नहीं रख सकते. मीडिया के ऊपर जितना कंट्रोल है वो कम कर दिया. मीन्स मीडिया को सब कुछ बता देते हैं, ऐसा सिचुएशन. गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट अलाउ द सोवियत सिटीजन टू डिस्कस द प्रॉब्लम्स पब्लिकली. मीन्स पहले ऐसा नहीं कर सकते थे. जो प्रॉब्लम्स पब्लिकली अनाउंस करने का या पब्लिकली डिस्कस करने का परमिशन दिस मिखाइल गोर्बाचोव दिया. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस टू पॉलिसीज द कोल्ड वार केम टू एंड. Two policies are, one is that perestroika and second glasnost. So important changes took place in the political and economical sphere. That is, this sphere was restructured. This gave impetus to democracy. Means the people got more freedom. Because of that the thinking of democracy, democratic form of government का जो idea people के बीच में चले गया. And as the East European countries under the influence of Soviet Union adopted the capitalist and democratic path, the system there changed. So we know that the eastern part of the European countries, they were with the Soviet Union, and Western European countries with America. And even the East European countries, they were with the Soviet Union, but they also started to adopt the capitalist system and a democratic path. So पूरे world में changes आ गया. Means all are ready to accept the democratic system. That was the another reason for the end of the Cold War. And the Soviet Union disintegrated and several new nations were created out of it. Russia was the biggest country in the Soviet Union. Means Soviet Union, it was the union of many countries, near about 15 republics. So ये disintegrated है, small countries हो गया, and several new nations created because this Mikhail Gorbachev given permission, and he brought the idea of this democracy. This Soviet Union में ऐसा था पहले ki one party system, that one party is the socialist रिपब्लिक मीन्स वन पार्टी मीन्स दैट कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी को ही वहाँ पे इम्पोर्टेंस थे. लेकिन अभी जो मैनी पार्टी का जो इलेक्शन होना एंड डेमोक्रेटिक पाथ फॉलो करना, ये सब रीज़न की वजह से द कोल्ड वार केम टू एन एंड. द फर्स्ट रीज़न इज दैट सोवियत यूनियन अडॉप्टेड the policy of opening up the economy. Second, the president of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, implemented the perestroika and gladness, means restructuring and openness. And the third is that many East European countries also adopted the capitalist and democratic path. Then Soviet Union disintegrated into many small nations, many new nations. These all were the reasons for the end of the Cold War. Thank you.